Hey, what's up, guys? It's Retract here, and welcome back to another video. Today, I'm going to be talking about the Washington football team's recent preseason game against the New England Patriots. We're just going to be going over what happened, my analysis of the game, and who I think deserves a spot on the team based on just this week alone. So, to get right into it, we'll start with the quarterbacks. Fitzpatrick. He had a pretty good game. I don't know. He wasn't like out of this park, but it's the preseason, Only the starters only get what? That looks like a quarter of work. I'm not too fussed that he didn't do too good. Heineke, from what I saw from him, he deserved probably a lot better credit that he was getting on like the broadcast. Yeah, he looked pretty good in his limited action. His first drive, I think, was his best one. Pretty low passer rating there for him, 76. I don't know about that. And then Montez, obviously Montez had the touchdown. I forget who caught it. Yeah, was it Lamar Miller? Yeah, Lamar Miller. Yeah, Montez looked okay for a quarterback. Again, he's just trying to figure out a spot on the team. I would assume Kyle Allen would have played most of these snaps if he wasn't injured. But again, I'm not too fussed about it. Like, it's an okay game. The guys didn't do too good. They didn't do too bad. What? You can't be like mad at them for it. It's not the worst. Okay. Rushing wise, yeah, Patterson. Honestly, I love Patterson so much. He had a really great game. He looks like he belongs, at least, if not as an every down back, as at least a change of pace back. Yeah, I forget who it was. Someone compared him to Darren Sproles on the broadcast, and that was instantly like you knew that's correct because Jarrett is he's so sneaky. Just because he's what 5'8", 5'6", and you could hide him behind a big ass offensive line, and he'll get you. I know 4 yards per carry, really good out of that. Barber. God, what can you say about Barber? Barber is just, he did have the touchdown. He's a really good goal line back, but I don't think that you're gonna need a guy like him to get these goal line touches. Like Gibson is good enough there, and you could easily pick up another guy. I think Patterson has the bursts to get those short yardage situations. I couldn't tell you, but Barber's just not worth a spot to be on the team. He won't get picked up by anyone else. So if you just leave him and you need to pick him back up because Patterson's not doing good, you can easily do that later in the season. Montez there, one scramble. That was pretty cool to see him do that. Gibson, again, you can't really talk about the starters too much in preseason. He didn't do too bad. He didn't do too good. He's Antonio Gibson. You know what you're getting out of him. He's a dual threat. Rest of these guys, Lamar Miller, I hope he gets a practice squad spot because you know the talent's there with him. But Jonathan Williams, again, couldn't tell you. Yeah. Receiving. Okay. Now, again, we'll talk about Patterson for a little bit here. That these stats are boosted by that one big ass catch that he had. That was to the 2-yard line or whatever. But that was pretty good. You gotta like that. Yeah. Patterson looks like he really belongs, at least right now. And I know it's against third stringers, but you got to be like, oh, fair enough. The guy's a menace. Terry McLaurin, the best player of all time, obviously. Again, not much to talk about with him. Sammy Reyes is a guy that I hope we keep because it's such a cool story. First of all, that's obviously never a good reason to keep somebody, but it's such a cool story that you have to think like, oh my gosh, the first ever Chilean player to win a Super Bowl. That would be pretty cool to have on your team. He's also a fucking athlete, so there's that. Just go down the list. John Bates, Yeah, that one catch. John Bates looked pretty good in blocking, at least from what I saw from him. Didn't give up like he looks like a good, a serviceable dual threat. And just a guy because we need mad depth behind Logan Thomas. Logan Thomas is not an every down tight end yet. Jonathan Williams. I don't even fucking know who that is, but I guess he's a running back. Jeez. Okay, I need to learn more. Clearly, Jonathan Williams. The stats look good. 4 receptions. I don't know why he's getting targeted so much, but that's pretty good. Steven Sims Jr., a guy who I hope makes the team just because he's pretty cool. UDFA out of Kansas. Aqib Talib praising him as the second best player to ever come out of Kansas. And I can't tell you many others besides Aqib Talib. So, yeah, I would say Stims deserves it, at least as a return guy, at least with a shot. And if he improves himself on special teams, you really like that. Diami Brown, I think he's going to have a really good career in the NFL. Not as a number one guy, but as a solid number 2 option. Just a compliment guy. Because his skill set really works well with anybody. Honestly, just he's a speed demon. He can kill you in the short, he can kill you in the mid, he can kill you long. He's going to be a great player for a long time. Milne, again, traded to the Jets in 3 years for a first round pick. Haven't proved himself. That's a long play for me. That's what I would do. But make him link up with his old boy Zach Wilson, or maybe Zach Wilson comes here if he's disgruntled with the Jets. You never know. Gibson, we've already talked about him. Ricky Seals-Jones. Now, Ricky Seals-Jones is an absolute legend of mine. I remember when he was on the Cardinals in Madden 18, 75 rated in franchise mode. Absolute beast, though. He had like 85 speed base, which for a tight end in Madden 18 was quite good. He's clearly fallen off a cliff since then, but I would love to see him as a backup tight end. I think we'll carry 4 tight ends this year. Because, you can't cut Bates. He's a rookie. You can cut Sammy's. If it's between Reyes and Seals-Jones, I would go with Seals-Jones. But if it was last year, I'd go with Reyes. We're in a position where we need a proven NFL contributor. And that's who Seals-Jones is. He's a lower ceiling, but a higher floor. And I think that's what this team needs. Kelvin Harmon, I think his time in Washington is done. He's had some good moments. He's been a guy who I think has been on the roster roll for years, but he never quite made the leap. I think if he doesn't make it this year, he's out of Washington. Adam Humphries, was hoping we'd see a little bit more of him, but it's preseason. You can't do shit. McKissick, man, I loved him last year. I had him in fantasy, absolute demon, but. What are we gonna do with him? Because he's obviously gonna be the third down back, a change of pace back. But with Patterson, and I don't know if McKissick's long-term future is here. I hope it is, but I couldn't tell you. Isaiah Wright, he was pretty. I don't fucking know. He was good. He wasn't bad. I couldn't tell you. DeAndre Carter, I thought was a running back. I'm not gonna lie. I guess I was wrong, but I saw a lot of them out there, at least on the Heineke series. So maybe he got some game assignment. I guess he just didn't get touches, which is okay. And Tamar Hemingway, this is the guy everyone was demanding that we cut. So when I was looking at Twitter, the general impressions were that he had a bad game. And I remember one game where he's ignored one play where he just ignored the DN coming off the right side. And he's not a tight end. He's built like a big body wide receiver. So you can't really have full him for that kind of stuff. But if he wants to play tight end, he's gonna have to bulk up. And I hope he does good. I hope everybody does good, but I don't think he has a future with this team. And finally, Gandy Golden had that one big drop for a touchdown. I think if he catches that and puts him on the roster, because that's a ball you kind of just gotta catch. And he looked mad at himself for he didn't catch it. Katie Golden, I hope, is good, because he was a very high upside player, but a very low floor coming out of what is it? Oh, it's gonna piss me off. Is it? I'm gonna guess Temple. Liberty. Fuck. Liberty with Malik Willis. Malik Willis, good player. Yeah. Kenny Golden, I hope he makes the team just because we don't waste a fucking draft pick on that. That would be annoying. But yeah. Okay. Defensively, we're gonna speed run this. So Justin Phillips, no clue who he is. Had a good game. Derek Forrest, I like him. He's a safety, I believe. I hope he makes the roster. If he's one of the 4 we keep, or maybe if we keep 5, that'd be pretty good. Kaliki Hudson, again, high upside linebacker. I don't know if he's that good, but we like him. David Mayo, solid low cost free agent signing. Played good for the Giants last year. I don't like that. I'm sorry. I like him on our team now. Jamin Davis, absolute stud. Next GOAT. Love him. Nice. Torrey McTyer, no fucking clue. Will Bradley King had a couple good series, a couple good plays I saw here. Wasn't too shit in coverage. Again, preseason, no one gives a fuck. No. Apke, special teamer. He can't start for this team. He's too bad. I get him on special teams. That's all I'm gonna say. Cole Holcomb, absolute stud. Him and Davis are gonna be brothers at that linebacker position, the coverage linebacker position for a while. Love that. No. Shaka Tony, love him. Penn State guy, just like Apke. That was a steal in the 7th round. If he's anything in this league, like at least a situational piece or a 3rd, 4th edge rusher, that's great value in the 7th round for that, and I'd love to see him succeed. Bostic, good veteran 1-year placeholder, will help Davis rotate in and out. Don't get him. We don't want to expose the defense over the middle with Davis's lack of NFL readiness and coverage. He's out of Kentucky, smaller school, not the best opposition. I love Bostic is good for now. No. Kendall Fuller, number 1 cornerback. Love him. Absolute stud. Steinmetz, no clue. William Jackson. I like him. He's great free agent signing. Tad overpaid. If this is 2019 free agency, I'd pay William Jackson that contract. If in 2021, I don't know if I do. Reeves had a good season last year. Probably deserves a roster spot again, but he's gonna have to compete with Forrest and McCain for that final spot, I think. Chase Young, don't need to say anything. Just notice this. D. Virgin lining up for the Patriots, and he got snaps. That's incredible. I love that. One of my favorite players, just because he's so good at the football. No, because of his fucking name. John Allen, big extension guy. I don't know what to say. Pretty good. No. Pain Train, love him. Cam Curl, the breakout stud from last year. I hope he does really good. I don't know if he's gonna do too much. I'd love to see him do a lot. I feel like he's more of a free safety in this league. He's not too big of a body, but we'd love to see it. I'd love to see him do good. That'd be outstanding if he was a valuable asset to this team in the future. Okay, final thing I want to talk about, besides Tressway, is absolute stud like this fucker. Hopkins needs to go. I know we have the rookie long snap for Cheese Man, but you need to at least bring in another guy to compete with him. What the fuck are you doing? What does he have on the organization that's making him stay here? Because he's just not good. He can't do anything. It's incredible. How he just fucking does that. Again, I do love Hopkins. He's been at the team since the RG3 days. But Jesus Christ, get someone else to help him. All right. Okay, that's it for me. Make sure, please like and subscribe, and see you guys next weekend. Peace.